One of the greatest social determinants of health and well-being is housing, or lack thereof. Whether you own your own home or rent, having a safe and affordable place to live is paramount for quality of life.
Quality of life requires all the housing sectors to be filled. You can't have a quality community with just high end. You can't have it with just low end. You need the middle. You need everything. You need to have ample amounts of it to support the growth.
In Washington County, the lack of attainable housing is one problem the Housing Action Coalition would like to solve. Members of the community came to hear more about what can be done to try and work towards that solution.
Housing Action Coalition is a group of people, collaborators from government, from the community, concerned residents, who are getting together, talking about the issues that we're facing, and then actually putting forward some action items to alleviate some of the housing issues that we're experiencing in our community.
According to recent HUD statistics, the average median household family of 4 income in Washington County is around $83,000. However, due to high interest rates, property taxes, insurance, and other housing expenses, the maximum mortgage loan on a house for affordability would be $475,000. Because nearly 80% of workers in Washington County work in the service industry, most can't afford a mortgage that high, let alone availability of homes at a lower price range.
And so what we have is we're making 7% less median household income compared to the national average. So on the other side of the spectrum, 82% of our homes here are single-family homes, which also our prices are 33% higher than the national average. So this is the dilemma we're in.
A recent Persona study showed that at least 4 groups are significantly impacted by this: the emerging contributor, new couples, single parents, and some seniors on fixed incomes. According to the study, housing that might work well for all of these classes may include mixed housing with shared spaces, which Washington County currently doesn't offer much of.
The multi-unit housing, they're in between the single-family homes and the high-density condo complexes. They're usually clustered, they're usually walkable, and so you expand these micro-neighborhoods, creating villages of shared space. Some other ideas that came out is around some of these communal livings, having Airbnb options that helps actually go back, because you can get 2.5 times rent if you have an Airbnb. So some of that could go back into supporting the community that kind of helps subsidize some of those homes, duplexes, fourplexes, and then even some zoning things that came up that help make this happen, which we would call upzone softly.
Having downtown St. George is a great example. We have mixed, multifamily, mixed, single family, and you may not even realize that as you're driving down the street. It's also mixed ages, mixed income, and so there's a little bit of everything there.
But concerns by employers of those in the service industry go deeper than that.
But it's been a challenge. We've actually had quite a few of our team members who have actually left after working for us for years because they can't continue to live with the cost of living due to the housing.
Even professionals in the field of law enforcement, teachers, high-tech, and even healthcare industries are having trouble hiring and retaining employees due to the high cost of housing here.
Middle income, kind of nurses, earlier career nurses, techs, are accepting jobs and quickly rescinding their acceptance because they just can't find a place to live.
Yeah, I'd really like to work for you, but I can't afford to live here. I can't justify being here, and I'm taking a job somewhere else instead. It seems contradictory that we'd be building parts for space and can't put our employees at home.
We have had at least 10 applicants that have put in, and then they accept the job and they start looking for housing, and they say thanks but no thanks, we can't afford it in Southern Utah.
It isn't uncommon for us at the beginning of any given year to have 10 to 12 positions that remain open. Some of those are due to housing.
While many large employers are looking at obtaining housing for their employees, they are also looking at offering incentives and small funds to assist new hires. Meanwhile, local government officials and others who have been working on increasing multi-housing developments to meet these goals have also been faced with opposition from the public called NIMBYism.
Those people will come out, and there is a need for a strong political will to really look at your general plan and what does it say, and if somebody is meeting that general plan, why shouldn't I be following it?
And because land prices are also out of reach for many, movements are underway to look into subsidized land.
If the property expense was taken off the table, that would open up so much more for developers to be able to accommodate the attainable housing needs in Washington County.
One solution being offered is the Community Land Trust.
Homeowners do not purchase the property that sits under their home. They just purchase the building on top. Building on top is theirs, but the ground is actually leased and it is owned by the Community Land Trust. And so therefore, instead of paying a payment on $500,000, they're now making a payment from $250,000 to $275,000, maybe $300,000.
But the problem isn't just about those who live here now, but those who want to live here in the future.
Identify solutions that will enable the youth and the next generation to have a place that they can grow up in, live in, contribute to, and help this community be greater than it already is.
The forum finished by encouraging people in the community to get involved and be a part of the solution.
There's no evil developer here. There's no them in housing in Washington County. It's all us.
There's not just one solution. We all have to come together as a community. We need to experience the Dixie spirit and work together to resolve this issue.
From the first HAC Forum, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.